Well, Allyn Rose is a former Miss D.C, Sports Illustrated model and breast cancer advocate who's using her story to change how women think about prevention and self-care. Now, she actually made history as the first woman with a mastectomy to appear in Sports Illustrated swimsuit, and now she's helping women everywhere take charge of their health. So happy to have her here and join us for this important conversation. We show those photos of you in Times Square talking about Provider. We're going to get to that in a second. But when we talk about the mastectomy, that is a massive medical decision. And you did this so young, at the age of 26. I even heard that you got some backlash and hate mail for deciding to do this. People didn't understand what was going on, but they decided to inject themselves into your medical decisions. How did you deal with it at such a young age?
Yeah, so I remember when I decided to speak publicly about it, I had people send me hate mail, people to go as far as to cut letters out of magazines and paste it together like a serial killer, send it to my family, really directing at my dad too, who encouraged me to have this surgery. But I'm the type of person, I like to stay focused, I keep my circle small and stayed with the people who supported me and knew that this was something important for me and my future health.
Yeah, when you got this backlash, I obviously can see that you're a strong enough person to get over it, but I think there was some very incredible things went on the other side of you making that decision. And one of them was being the first person to be in Sports Illustrated, a beloved magazine, sexy, confident, beautiful, and you were the first person to do this with a mastectomy. How did that news land for you? What were the emotions going through you when you found out this was going to happen?
So I got to take part in the swim search program and walk the runway for Sports Illustrated. And to do that as the first one with the mastectomy was really this incredible full circle moment. When I had my surgery, I was a pageant contestant, I was a model, and I thought, that's the end of the road for me. You know, I'm giving up these opportunities for my health, for my future.
Sure.
But to be able to be that representation that I needed in that moment, to say that the only person who's getting in my way is me. You know, I'm limiting myself. You know, the world is my oyster and I just need to put myself out there. And to have that opportunity just kind of gave me my juju back, you know, and made me feel like I can do anything.
I love that. Okay, so your platform now, Provider, talk to us about what that word means and what you're doing with this whole new organization.
So a previvor is someone who has survived a genetic predisposition to cancer, somebody who's at high risk. So the Previvor, we're the first ever organization that helps women prevent cancer before it happens. So we are arming women with the information and the tools that they need to be as proactive in their breast health as they can. Rates of breast cancer in young women are drastically increasing, and women need to know how to advocate for themselves. And so we are hoping to hold their hand and help them do that.
And we're seeing you here in Times Square with the massive billboard popping up there at the center of the world, basically. What was that like?
It was a life-changing moment to see my life's work, my family's legacy represented in this really iconic way. I sat in a restaurant across the street and just watched it for an hour because it's one of those pinch me things. I can't believe this happened. And that women all over the world are now going to be able to access information on how to do a self-breast exam and to advocate for themselves.
I love that. Obviously, touching on something a little bit deeper here, if your mom were alive to see that, what do you think she would say?
I think she would be so proud. And it's going to make me tear up, but I was just talking to someone today that I'm so grateful for my mom for instilling this sense of personal efficacy in me, that I can do anything. And I owe all of my success, I owe my drive to her believing in me and never letting me doubt for a minute that I could accomplish anything I wanted to. And I know she'd be proud, and I felt like she was there with me.
Absolutely. Before we go, one last thing, because I feel like there's a lot of myth and facts here. But one question here, one statement. Can genetic testing is only for people with a family of history of cancer. Is that true or false?
That's not true. And so a lot of people now are taking gene tests like 23andMe to learn their family legacy and almost finding out by accident that they carry a breast cancer gene mutation. I think that it would be great for everyone to be tested just because they can know if they carry a breast cancer gene mutation and they have a heightened risk.
So if people want to find out more about Provider and what you're doing, where can they look for that information?
We're available at theprevivor.org across all social media. I always tell them, slide in our DMs. We're happy to help.
Oh, love it. Thank you so much for being here and for the incredible work that you're doing.
Thank you.
We're just so happy to know you and so happy that you're going to be helping millions of people with this.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, more news straight ahead. Stay with us.